Okay, we are live. We are live and a little bit of a pregame show. A little bit of a pregame show. It is 4:52 p.m. here in the United States on the East Coast, and we have another emergency broadcast. This is part two of the emergency broadcast from yesterday. And hey, Google, turn on living room lights. I keep forgetting to do that, and so we're going to have some follow-up discussion. I'm going to show the articles, two articles that were sent from a subscriber on these watches, and one was in the links yesterday on the description and it's still there, but the other one is not. So pay attention. Stig's in the house, and he says, "Good evening, Craig and everybody. Brief Fit Dance was in early," and Stig is pointing that out. And I might have some good news for Lady Brianna later today. I might have some good news. I'm not going to spill the beans now because I don't want to jinx it, but I might have some good news for her later today. And somebody that I follow on oh, somebody's calling me. Hold on a second. I got to take this. Sonny, I just started a live broadcast. No, no worries. Is it quick? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, leverage whatever you can. Yeah, and if you need me for anything tomorrow, just give me a call. You know, when you're there, you can put me on speaker or whatever, and we can whatever we need to hash out. I'll be available. All right. Good luck. Bye bye. All right, another deal being made. A deal in the works, and here's a text from let's see, a text from Durr. Oh, I have to go check it out. BlockFi is another site. Okay, okay. All right. So we're going to talk. We're going to talk after we cover the main subject matter. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin because one of the Wrench Gang members has been orange pilled. He's jumping in on Bitcoin, and he's going down the rabbit hole. So we're going to go through a strategy that anybody can use, and we'll talk about that. And David Jones is in the house, and Ultraman Red's in the house. And so anyway, I started to say, one of the people that I follow on Flickr. He posts a lot of interesting photos, and somehow he came up with this historic photo of Hugh Hefner with a bunch of his playmates. So let me see if I can share this. This is a really cool image. So Chrome tab, yeah, this one here. So let me see if I can share that. Okay, and let me see if I can make it full screen. I guess if I go here, that makes it full screen. Yeah. Okay, so here he is with some of the young ladies, and I'll tell you what, some of those young ladies, they are stunners for sure, no doubt about it. And so there's Hugh hanging out. More power to him. God bless him, rest his soul. So Hugh Hafter having fun with some of the blonde bunnies, we'll call them. What do you think? Blonde bunnies in the house. So that's on Flickr. And okay, so Triforce Rich is in the house. Imagine if Durr sells off all his watches and buys a few BTC. I gave him advice. We're not supposed to give financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, but since he's a subscriber, I told him what I would do. What I would do is I would sell the steel stunners that he has, all of them, all the steel stunners, and just take that money and buy BTC immediately. I would not pass go. I would do that immediately before the big pump. I would do it immediately because he's got a gold stunner that I know of. He's got a date 8 that he can wear. all the time, literally. A day date you can wear anytime, right? And he can wear it with the faux pay. With the faux pay, let's get a close-up of the faux pay. He's got a faux pay, right? So what's wrong with that combo? And the faux pay can stretch. Watch. Let's get it in focus here, right about there. Yeah. So he can wear that with the faux pay. I'll go ahead and put it on wrist. What the heck? Even though I've got the titanium stunner on wrist and the sterling silver Bitcoin ring. Speaking of Bitcoin, the sterling silver Bitcoin ring. So, yeah, hopefully that's what he'll do. Now, let's go through these articles real quick. The first one was Worn and Wound. Okay. They have this article about the new stunners, the new Grand Seiko stunners, the thin stunners, I'm going to call them the thin stunners. He's got this article, and so you might want to check that out. You can see the URL there at the top of the screen. And they're really good looking pieces. Again, we have to see them in person because these photos just don't do Grand Seiko justice. You know, if you go on the Rolex website and you look at like the date just and you look at the photos, they've got stunning photos, just stunning, stunning photos. They actually hired a guy, right, to take some photos. Imagine that. But you look at the photos of Grand Seikos 90% of the time that you see, and they're just terrible. So yeah, the photos don't do them justice. And let's see what else. There's the back. And for me, it wouldn't break my heart if they didn't even have a display case on the back and they just made them even a little thinner still, right? But people like the display cases. So there you go. All right, so that's the article there. And then the next one, this is the Hodinkee article, and there's the gold stunner on the left. They're both the same size, 40 mil and 11.7 mils thick. So pick your poison. The gold one is like 50 grand. Steve says he's going to have one, by the way. For those of you that want one, Steve's going to have one. And he said the other one, the one on the right, the steel stunner, is going to sell out quick. So you definitely want to get it. Oh, I see Steve potentially popping in. Let me add him to the stream. I don't see him. I don't see a signal yet from him. I think he's having trouble connecting, but maybe he'll get a better connection. We'll keep trying here, but I'm not seeing any feed from him. So let me just remove that for now, and we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, Steve is trying to connect from Las Vegas. So anyway, these are the stunners. This is the Hodinkee article. 5-day power reserve, which is fantastic. And look at that dial. I mean, that is just absolutely stunning. And so in the gold, the touch of gold, I love that. And the nice robust crown, which all Grand Seikos tend to have. They don't have wimpy crowns on them. There's the gold stunner. It's rose gold. And so, yeah, so that's the Hodinkee article, right? And let's see. Oh, here's Steve again. Here's Steve.
Sorry.
We've got you.
Hey guys.
We have contact.
Yep. I have a sort of a squirrely wireless connection here. So I'm in Las Vegas. I'm in the Grand Seiko studio with the president of Grand Seiko USA, Brice Lautradec.
Hello, Craig.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Long time.
These new models that you came out with are amazing.
Thank you. No, very successful second half of the year in perspective. We released the US exclusive.
Yeah, we're having some connection issues. I'm guessing that Steve is probably connected to Wi-Fi. Maybe he doesn't have a good cellular signal there. So that might be the report from Las Vegas. That might be the report, unfortunately.
Yes,
Oh, Steve
We're back,
reconnected.
I think.
Okay. Are you on cellular or Wi-Fi?
Yeah, we're in cellular. The hotel Wi-Fi is horrible, so we're standing
Okay, gotcha.
outside, and the cellular signals coming in and out. So this isn't going to be
Yeah, so you
long. We're
probably
just
got
saying
a
hi.
lot. Yeah, probably a lot of people using it. That's the problem at these conventions. You have a lot of people using the uplink. But we're talking about the watches and
yes, we can go
showing the.
inside. Want to go inside? We try inside.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to move inside, see if it works any better. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Sorry about that.
no
That's your
worries.
phone.
At least we've confirmed that Steve is
It sounds
alive and
good.
well in Las Vegas. We've confirmed that. So stand by. We're still trying to connect here. Got uplink issues. Let's see. And Carlos is in the house. A bunch of people are in the house. Okay. What's the max amount you can set your faux pay? Try to break it. No, I'm not going to break it, but they're pretty strong. When you pull on them, they're pretty strong. And the springs are pretty strong. Steve is frozen up. Steve is frozen up. So we'll keep going. I have been recently very close to Hugh Hefner. I've sent a photo proving it. By the way, look who is next to him. Okay. But he is deceased, by the way. Okay. Try research. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be able to.
Very iffy. But anyway, it's really just to say hi. When I get back,
Yeah.
I can
Well,
report more.
yeah, it's good to see you, and see if you can email some photos to us that I can show on the show. Yeah, if you can email any photos, that would be good. I'll show them here on the show.
All right. Somewhat back.
All right.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's better. But if you can also email some photos, and then I
Okay.
can show them on the show also.
All righty. I'll have to get back into the watch collection, and a lot of what we're seeing is embargoed. You have to know. So they have some great things that are on the way.
Oh,
So
so there's some. So you're teasing us. You're teasing us a little bit here.
no. They're Brees is teasing me.
Okay,
No,
but he's
not really.
shown you, but you can't tell us. That's the deal, huh?
That's the deal.
Yeah,
So-
we know
I'll
where to
keep-
find you guys.
Yeah,
I'll
No,
keep
but
it just
great
between. I'll keep it just between you and I.
I know you will. So anyway, let me hop off. This is not the best environment to do this. I will take some pictures. I will send them on to you, and
Okay.
just hide everybody and give a better report when I get back in the office.
All righty.
Okay.
All right. Have
All
a
right,
good
take care,
time.
Thank
everybody.
you, Craig. See you soon.
Have a
I hope.
good time.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care.
Okay,
Good seeing
thanks.
everybody. Good. Take
Yep,
care.
bye.
Live from Las Vegas. There you go. Live from Las Vegas. 5-day power reserve. 10-second monthly accuracy. Thinner, lighter, and beautiful. The spring drive has moved from ahead of the curve to untouchable. Good points. Very good points. Stir in the house. Hey, it's Steve live. The man is in the house. It's the one and only Legend Steve. Steve, do we need to make reservations to the event? I'm trying to see if I can free up my schedule to fly to the event. Triforce, definitely let Steve know, Steve at Little Treasury, that you're coming, and he's got a block of rooms at the hotel. If you're going to stay overnight, I would grab one of those while you can. I would definitely do that, and you should definitely come. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun this year. The lag is almost as bad as Biden's thought process when he's trying to get a sentence out. Oh, geez. What happens in Vegas? There you go. Kyle in the house, Triforce Rich. You can't say Steve without technical difficulties. You got to love the hustle. Yeah, he's old school. He's out there with the shoe leather, making things happen. You don't need tech for that. He's face to face. Durr's in the house. The faux pay is stronger and has more stretch than the U.S. economy right now. Oh, geez. There you go. So yeah, I think that Durr, let's see, Durr says he'd be able to buy a whole 2 Bitcoins, and then it would probably dump to 5K a piece after I bought them. Yes, but then it would go up to like 100K a piece, and you would have strong hands and hold. By the way, I've been buying lately from some weak hands. I was buying this last dip from some of the weak hands. So here's the thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin naturally flows from the weak to the strong hands. Okay, that's the flow. That's the process. The weak hands get shaken out, we call it. Okay, so here's the deal with Bitcoin. I'll give the quick rundown. What I recommend is if you have, let's say, 10 Bitcoin or less, you no reason to maybe even 20 Bitcoin or less. No real reason to bother with a hardware wallet. I would just use a few different custody solutions. I would, and this is what I do. I'm just telling you what I would do and do. If you have, let's say, 20 Bitcoin, I would take half of those Bitcoin and put them in interest-bearing custody accounts, and then keep the other 10 safe somewhere, either on a self-custody wallet or get a hardware wallet if you want to. But if you have more than 20 Bitcoin, I definitely would get a hardware wallet. Okay. And then what I would do as far as the Bitcoin that you're going to put in custody solutions, I'd put them in custody solutions that pay interest. So crypto.com, these are the ones that I choose right now that I trust, if you will. I've researched them and I trust them. Crypto.com, and it's an app on the phone. BlockFi, BLOCKFI.com, and blockchain.com. And so those all pay interest, and depending on if they are servicing your state, you can deposit Bitcoin with them and you can get interest. Let me just show you here's the icons for the main financial institutions that I use. Okay. So again, blockchain and crypto.com. And then the Strike, I use Strike for buying Bitcoin because no fees. And then of course you can see the other things I use there. Okay. And then I got another page of them, but those are the main ones that are on page 1 that I use. And so you can get right now, I think it's about 3.5% interest from blockchain and from crypto. I think they're both about the same. The interest rates were higher than that on BlockFi, but then they cut their interest rates quite a bit. And now they only pay a pretty high interest rate on the first quarter of a Bitcoin, 0.25 Bitcoin. So I definitely would deposit at least 0.25 Bitcoin with them, get some interest from them, get some interest from crypto.com and blockchain.com. It's also .info. And so I'd earn interest from those. And, they're not all going to go out of business at the same time. So it's good to spread your Bitcoin around in your interest-bearing accounts. But these all seem pretty robust. They seem like they're going to be around for a while. So that's my strategy, and I'm sticking to it. It's a good idea to have a good stash of Bitcoin off to the side on a hardware wallet. That's like your Swiss bank account that nobody can get to, that's safe, and you've always got it. So I would have that. And then in addition to that, have the Bitcoin that I'm using to earn interest. So that's how I would do all that. Let's see. I keep my pimp hand strong. I keep my pimp hand strong, then I can keep a strong hand in Bitcoin. There you go. Are massive parlor women ideal holders of Bitcoin? I've heard they have strong hands and grip. Hey, that might be a situation there. That might be a business opportunity. All right, so I think that we've and I do want to share my what do you call it? The aha moment, you know, the moment when you kind of get something and kind of understand it. And I think that it helps to be able to see the potential of Bitcoin and where this whole thing is headed. I think it helps if you were somebody that was around, that most of your lifetime, the internet didn't exist, which is the case with me. Most of my lifetime, there was no internet. So when the internet came along, I had my first aha moment with the internet when I built my first website. I think it was about 1996. And I was going down to visit my folks down in North Carolina, and I wanted to show them the website that I'd built. I was all proud of it. I wanted to show them the website that I built. And they didn't have internet access. Nobody down there had internet access. Not very few people, period, had internet access, right, at that point. So we literally had to go to the public library to go onto the computer and show them the website. And that experience of building a website up here and then going down there and going to the library and bringing it up on the screen, and there it is. There's what I built, and you can click on different links, and it had multiple pages in it and so on, had photos on it. That was the aha moment. That was when I said, this internet thing is going to be something. This is going to be something. Now, when I had the aha moment with Bitcoin, was the first time that I actually sent Bitcoin to somebody. And I saw how quick it was, and I saw how low the fee was, and I conceptualized in my head that this really is a bank account. This really is a bank account in your pocket. Okay. Steve just texted a photo. So we're going to take a look at that. But anyway, that was the moment when I said, this is really cool. You literally can have a bank account in your pocket. You literally can be your own bank. You don't have to go through a bank to send money to somebody. You don't have to go through a credit card company. You don't have to go through Western Union. You can just literally peer-to-peer send something of value from one person to another anywhere in the world. And when I realized that, I said, forget about all the other aspects of it. This is just amazing. This is just an amazing thing that's never been possible before. And I said, this thing's probably going to be big. And so that was my aha moment for Bitcoin. And I think the reason that I'm able to understand it and see the ramifications of this is I remember back when we didn't even have the internet, right? So I can see where this is headed and how game-changing this is. So there you go. Okay, all right. Was watching an old 9/11 documentary and Joe Biden was in it. My God, he used to have a brain back in the day. Yeah, but not much of one. He wasn't much even back in the day. Craig, when you were a young man, did you ever think you would be live video casting to a bunch of trolls talking about wristwatches for years? I never thought we'd ever have the capability to do something like this. No, absolutely not. I mean, this is science fiction, right? Carlos is laughing out loud. All right, let me see if I can pull up the picture that that Steve sent. Give me a second here. Messages. See if I can pull it up. Okay. Oh, cool. Cool. Let me see if I can do this. Give me a moment here. If I open that up, okay, good. Now I open with preview. All right, good. Now I should be able to share this. Let me go to my share screen. Okay, hold on. Just give me a second here. Share screen. Okay, let's see. I want to window. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay. There we go. All right. This is the photo that Steve just sent me. And that is pretty amazing. That's similar to my watch. What the heck is that? What the heck is that, guys? Is that another model similar to my watch? And I can't tell the lighting. It looks like it's stainless steel, but it's picking up all kinds of colors from around it. But it looks like it's stainless steel. I don't think it's gold. But look at that. Look at that dial. Look at that watch. Wow, Grand Seiko has some things up their sleeve, literally. Some things up their sleeve. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? That little puppy. That's fresh from Steve from Las Vegas. Fresh from Steve. We'll monitor and see if he sends anything else. I'm going to say, got it, want more. Okay. All right, we'll see if he sends anything else. We'll monitor this very closely, the situation that's developing in Las Vegas. Okay. Let's see. Triforce Rich says, Craig, buy that now. Are you talking about that watch? I don't even know if it's available. Craig, did you know that even in your 60s, you'd still be pulling girls in their early 20s? Loser. Oh, God. Hey, at least I'm not like Hugh Hefner, you know, with like 8 or 10 of them around me. I mean, it could be worse, right? Stunner looks gold to me. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't, when we looked close there, I can't tell, but if it is, it's a stunner. It's a triple decker stunner. A triple decker stunner. That's a new model. That they don't offer anything with that dial now. Let's go back to share the screen. Let's go back and see if we can share this again. Window. Oh, I guess I can't. I think I closed the tab. Let me reopen this thing so we can. Okay, there we go. Open and preview. All right, let's leave that open. All right, let's share that again and let's take a closer look. So share screen. And here it is. Let's take a closer look at this, guys. I'm going to zoom in. I really can't tell. I have to be honest. In some ways, it looks like it's steel to me, and it's just reflecting a lot of color. See, that Zaratsu polish reflects everything around it. And so, but the dial definitely looks like a green dial with the texture to it. But I can't tell what it's made of. I just can't tell. So let me text back to Steve and say, what is that watch made of? I'm going to say, is that watch steel? Okay, let's see what happens. All right, so and Triforce Rich says that's gold. Okay. Do you know what model it is? How do you know it's gold? Do tell. That's a nice ass watch, Rooster. They're coming out with some nice stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm going to say, what is the price? Okay. He's not responding yet, so he might be up to his elbows, and maybe he's got a whole bunch of blondes around him. So there's that possibility, because after all, he is in Vegas. If I were a reptile, that would be my Grail watch. Okay. All right. Well, we all have a little bit of that lizard brain going on, don't we? Reptile brain. Sorry, I had to curse. Okay. And Larry's laughing. Larry's laughing out loud. So yeah, I mean, evidently they've got some really cool watches up their sleeve out there. What do you guys think? You think they've got some cool watches up their sleeves? this is going to be interesting because Steve kind of teased that there's some things that they're showing him that there's an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So they must have some cool stuff coming in addition to these stunners that we talked about earlier. So this ain't it. This ain't all of it. This ain't the whole deal. These two stunners. What do you think about that? Breaking news here on the channel. Let's see. I'm not joking. That green GS looks fantastic. And you know it's going to look amazing in person. You know that no photo does these watches justice. And that in person, it's probably going to be totally insane, stunning. Insane stunning. I still like the dial of my 002, I have to tell you, because it you know, it just pops more for me. For I like the contrast between the hands and the dial for legibility. Okay, I did get information from Steve. It is $4,900 and it is steel. So $4,900 and it is steel. Okay, that is a good price, folks. That is a good price. I wonder if it's a spring drive, because that's a lot more affordable. Oh, I think it might not have a deployant clasp. He just sent me another photo. Let me bring up this photo. And let me try to share this other photo here. Give me a second. This is breaking news from Vegas. Breaking news from Las Vegas, folks. You see this sort of thing here. Uh-oh, it's not letting me share it. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to open this in preview. Okay, now I can share it. All right. So, all right. Now, let me zoom in a little bit. First of all, I can't tell if that's got a deployant clasp on the end of that strap or not. I simply cannot tell because of the angle of the photograph. But let's zoom in a little bit. It looks like it is it is a limited edition, 140 pieces. It's a 9S64A movement. 9S64A. So that, I guess, is an automatic movement, not a spring drive. Is that correct, folks? Is that correct? So here we go. Breaking news on the channel. A stunner. Breaking news on the channel. A stunner from Las Vegas. And it is boutique only. All right. It is, let me see if I can copy this. Command C. I wonder if that means that Steve is going to have it. Is he considered a boutique? I'm going to ask him, will you have it? Okay. All right. And this is live information coming to us from Las Vegas as we speak. Live information coming from Las Vegas. Breaking news here on the channel. This is an exclusive emergency broadcast. And we're getting live reports from Steve in Las Vegas. He's surrounded by many blondes. Here's an actual photo. Let me share an actual photo from Las Vegas of Steve. Hold on a moment here. I've got a photo So stand by. Here is a photo of Steve live from Las Vegas. That's Steve in the middle there with the sunglasses on. And that is live from Las Vegas as we speak. All right. So let's see what else we have here coming in from Steve. He's typing into the chat. Let's see what we can find out. I asked him if he'll have it. He has not replied to that yet. Craig just sent you an article with more items. Okay, Ray is the one that sent the other articles. So let me go see if I can pull that up. Oh, here's the picture that Carlos sent of him with Hugh Hefner. There you go. And Marilyn Monroe. They're buried next to each other? Is that the deal? I didn't know that. That's wild. Okay. Okay, here's some more models. Here's some more information coming in via Ray. And 3 USA limited editions. There they are right here. Wow. All I can say is wow. Those are amazing. We will have this. We will have this, not the bluish one. Okay, so they are going to have, Steve is going to have the one that he shared. He's going to have that in stock, but not the blue one up at the top. I don't know if he's going to have the light color one. He's going to have the one that you see to the right here. He's confirmed that. This is really cool. This is really cool that they're coming out with some great models based on the 002 case, the world famous 002 case, the stunning case of the 002, the Maximum Stunner. They're coming out with a line of watches. And this is very interesting. Very, very interesting information from coming to us. We're getting information live from Steve, and then we got this beautiful article that Ray sent us, and this is from Grand Seiko Club, the Grand Seiko Club. And so this is very interesting, folks. Very, very interesting stuff. And I actually like that green color there the best. I think that's the way to go now that I think about it. I think that's the way to go if you want something kind of cool. If you want something kind of cool. I nominate Ray for a wrench. Doesn't he already have a wrench? Ray, why don't you have a wrench? Maybe he didn't want a wrench. If you want a wrench, let me know and we will get you a wrench. And viewer says, classy. I second Ray's wrench. Yeah, but we only issue a wrench if he wants it. If he wants the wrench. We don't force them on people because it's quite a responsibility to have a wrench. All right, so here is a photo that Steve sent. Outside the Grand Seiko Villa. Let's share this. Give me a second here. And it's this one here. That's a pretty cool photo. Now, I don't know if that's in Japan or if that's something they set up in Vegas. Did they set that up in Vegas? Not really sure what that is. Okay. All right. And I just got another text from Steve. Stand by here. Okay. So this piece here, This next one I'm going to show you is $8,700, and he's going to have it in December. So let me show you this one. This is absolutely, they nailed it with this one. This is the thin stunner, I'm going to call it. So give me a second here. Let's share this. This is absolutely a stunning turn of events. Stunning piece. Let me zoom in a little bit on that. Look at that piece. I mean, you tell me that doesn't blow away any Rolex. I mean, forget about it. You're not going to get a steel Rolex that's going to look like that. Ain't going to happen, ain't going to happen, ain't going to happen. And I don't think you're going to have a 5-day power reserve, and you're certainly not going to have the accuracy of a spring drive, folks. Spring drive in the house. You better get on the list if you want this watch, because Steve's only going to get a few of them. He's only going to get a few of these pieces. And he says he's going to have it, I think he said in December. So get on that one, folks. Get on that one. I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you some advice. You got to get on that one. Got to get on it. Let's see. Let's see. At this point, who would buy a Tudor over a GS? Can you imagine? Can you imagine them buying a Tudor? And Trevor says Carlos. I'm living my Tudor. Yeah, I think you mean loving. Okay. Yeah, loving. He corrected it. Yeah. Well, Carlos needs some counseling, but that's okay. We can get Carlos some counseling. He's a VIP member, and I think he's probably going to have to orange pill himself. He's going to have to get he's going to have to get some Bitcoin. Oh, he's already got some Bitcoin. He's going to have to get a Bitcoin ring. That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to get one of the Bitcoin signet rings. And that way he can be in our good graces. Okay, that's what Steve said. That's the model number, and it's going to be December, $8,700. And folks, if you want that piece, you better get on it. You better get on it. I would get on that piece. That is a stunner. And that is only 11.8 mils thick. It's a 40 mil watch. So what I would call it's the top of the size range for an all-arounder. Okay. All right. Steve sent the gold stunner. Okay. We're going to have to look at the gold stunner. Steve is going to get one of these. All right. Let me show you the gold stunner. This is coming to us in real time. It's coming to us in real time from the Stevester. From the Stevester, let me plug us in to the gold stunner. The gold stunner coming to us from the Stevester. From the Stevester Incorporated. The Stevester Incorporated in Las Vegas. Now tell me that is not absolutely stunning. I mean, I'm not a rose gold fan, don't get me wrong, but my goodness, if you are, that is probably the creme de la creme. This is it. This is all of it. This is the whole shooting match. This thing is only 11.7 mils thick. It's an automatic 5-day power reserve. It's got the little star there. See the little star below the 5 days, which denotes that it's like the super accurate spring drive movement. And these are super robust, so you can actually wear these things every day. You can actually wear these every day. This is a luxury timepiece that you can actually wear and enjoy and don't have to worry about it giving trouble. That's what I like about these. Let's see. My wallet will cower in fear the day GS sort out their micro adjustment clasps. Okay. Well, you don't have to worry about it on these deployant clasps, like the stunner that's on the screen now. They work great. You don't need any adjustments on them. They work great. Have we seen pictures of the BTC Ring Ladies version? Not yet. I'm working on it, Leslie. I'm working on it, Leslie. Stay tuned. You'll have information coming soon. Matter of fact, we're going to have that one sooner than the ring for me. Not that I'm bitter. That one's going to come in before my ring's going to come in. And it is, I think, going to be cool. Keep your fingers crossed. I will let you know as soon as I have information. You will be the first to know. You'll be the first to know, Leslie. Okay, so let's go. We got another picture here from the Stevester. Another picture from the Stevester. Stand by for this one. Stand by for this one. Okay, get your credit cards ready. Get your credit cards ready. We're going to share this picture here. They're coming in hot and heavy. They're coming in hot and heavy now. Here is the Stunner. Stunner alert, limited edition, 18 karat gold. 18 karat gold. There it is, number 001 of 140. Oh my gosh, that's the number one watch. That's number 001, folks, on the channel. This is an exclusive. This is an exclusive here on the channel. An exclusive, we've got number 001 of 140 on the channel here live as we speak. That's it. That's it. That's the deal. That's the deal, folks. What do you think about that? As Archie Luxury would say, what do you think about that? He would say it in a little more colorful way, I think. I like GS without loom. Well, you see, that's the neat thing about my 002 and a lot of these ones that don't have loom is they're still very legible because the hands reflect everything, and at certain angles they get actually black. That's that black polish, right? And then at certain angles they reflect the light and they glisten and all. And it just makes them very legible, even in very, very low light. The slightest bit of light reflects off those hands and indices, and you can still tell time, even without much light or loom. Okay, so Carlos has given us his credit card, so we're going ahead and charge that. It has gone through. It has gone through. We've gone ahead and charged the credit card, and he's going to have the limited edition watch number 001 is going to be shipped out. Is going to be shipped out right away. 001 is going to be shipped out right away to the Carlos character. We're going to call him the Carlos character. He's going to get number 001 on the channel. I don't blame him for stepping up and grabbing 001 before anybody else. We went ahead and put a couple of those other watches on the card too, so he'll have 3 or 4 stunners coming his way. That's interesting. That is very, very interesting what's going on these days with Grand Seiko. I'm impressed. They're stepping up. They are stepping up their game. They're stepping up their game. But it really should have been yellow gold. But anyway, a lot of people like the rose gold stuff. I mean, I'm not hating on them. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, I think that things are moving along. I think that is Bitcoin still pumping? Let's check on Bitcoin. It was over 49,000 earlier, and now it's dropped back down to 48 something. It's kind of consolidating. There are people that are saying it's going to dip down as low as 44,000 or 42,000. I'm not so sure that that's in the cards. I think it's more likely we're going to consolidate sideways for a while and then have our next move up. And this is good. This is very healthy to have a big run up like we had, and then to go sideways and to consolidate and then take a next run up. We don't want this thing to run up too fast. We don't want it to get too overheated. But there are reports that there are supply shocks incoming, that there are going to be shortages, and it could be a problem. It could be a problem for people that want to buy Bitcoin. There could be some very limited supplies, and the price could spike. The price could spike. There are people that are saying that within the next 30 days, it could double. We could be at $100,000. a Bitcoin. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I said at the beginning of 2021, I said 2021 is going to be a wild year. And I've been saying that consistently. And I think that we can all agree it's been a pretty wild year so far. So far, my prediction is pretty much the way it's been. It's been a wild year. It's been a roller coaster ride, and it's been pretty wild, right? So I think that might be it that we're getting from the Stevester. I don't know if we're getting any more reports from the Stevester, any more live reports, but what we did get is amazing. And I got to say that this one here, of all the watches, let me share this other one more time. Of all the watches, let's see. I'll show you the one that I think is the way to go with. Give me a second. I will show you. I really think of all the ones that he has shown, this one is absolutely amazing. Whoops. This one is absolutely amazing. Absolutely straight up stunner. And you have to know that this thing is going to look stunning in person. If it looks that good in a photo, we all know that these things look better in person than they look in a photo. And so I have to tell you that is the deal. That is going to be the hot watch. And I can tell you right now, they're going to be hard to get. I can tell you right now that 2021 is all they're making, 2021. I can tell you right now, that's going to be a hard watch to get. So if you want one, you better get in touch with Steve, because he's only going to get a couple of them. That's all he's going to get. So, yeah. Let's see. Craig, if Rolex crashes, do you deserve credit, or is it the case of the boy who cried wolf? No, it's not if Rolex crashes, it's going to crash. It has to. You cannot be selling steel watches for $20,000, perpetually. That dog is not going to hunt. That thing is going to come down. It's going to crash. It's going to get to where it was before. This is not normal. For decades, you could get a discount on steel Rolexes, 10, 15% discount, right? And used, they were at least 25%, sometimes as much as 40% less than retail, to buy them used, a couple years old. That's normal. What we have now is not normal. So I wouldn't call it crashing. I would call it going back to normal. Now, for people that tied up a bunch of money in steel Rolexes as, quote, investments, it's going to feel like a crash to them. It's not going to be fun. So yeah, I would get the hell out of them while you can, because it's not sustainable. It just isn't. Who's going to want to have a whole bunch of steel watches on hand? I mean, there's no reason to. It's ridiculous. And so those people that have stockpiled these watches at some point are going to want to sell them. And it's probably going to all happen at the same time, because there's going to be some event that's going to trigger it, some black swan event or whatever is going to trigger it. And these people are all going to start selling. And then when the market starts going down and starts, quote, crashing, they're all going to panic at the same time. And my gosh, the things will be a dime a dozen. They'll be all over the place. You'll be able to buy a Pepsi, you'll probably be able to buy a Pepsi for $5,000, when the real crash happens. So yeah, stay tuned for that, because it will happen. Craig, you should buy it. Not when I've got the 002 stunner. I've got the stunning pieces covered with that one right there. I've got the stunning pieces covered. That is an absolute stunner alert on the channel. And that looks a lot better in person than it does on these video feeds, I can tell you right now. All right, there's a storm coming in. I'm going to wrap it. This was part 2. We got some good information from Steve. And I've got a new, I have a new page on my website. Let's see if it'll come up here. CBIT. Yeah, here we go. All about Bitcoin. So go ahead and take a look at that. It's a standalone page now. I had it as part of my downloads page, and I've now moved the Bitcoin content to a completely separate page on my website. It's simply CraigShipp.com/Bitcoin, CraigShipp.com/Bitcoin, just to make that information easy for folks. And I think I'm going to put a section on there as far as where I deposit to earn interest, because I don't think I have Crypto.com on there, and I don't think I have blockchain on there. And speaking of blockchain, Crypto.com, let me confirm. I made a deposit there today, and let me see if it's cleared yet. I will tell you, Crypto.com takes their sweet time to credit accounts when you make a deposit. So there's a period of time. Okay, so it confirmed. So I deposited 1 Bitcoin in my Crypto.com account today. And so you can see here, it shows you, it's a pretty cool interface. It shows you the amount, your balance, right? And then you can take, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to move that money from that account into an interest-bearing account on Crypto.com. So first you move it into your regular account, and then just with a couple of clicks, you move it into the interest-bearing account. So that's what I'll do next, is I'll move that 1 Bitcoin into the interest-bearing account. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You rock and roll, and you do it. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. You guys, hey, get in touch with Steve. Get on the waiting list. Get in touch with Steve. Get on the list for VIPs coming to the party, so that you can get the VIP treatment that you deserve as subscribers and Wrench Gang members. And we will catch up to you guys. We will catch up to you guys next time. That's what we'll do. All right, we're going to end this puppy.